You're 17 years old and living through your Rumspringa period when you find yourself lost in the city like a farm boy who wandered into an alien civilization. This night out with your friend group is turning out very differently than expected. They told you they would take you to a fun place that would expand your horizons. But now, looking at the brightly lit, noisy building in front of you, you're feeling increasingly anxious about what awaits inside. You've only ever seen village festivals with their simple pleasures, and now you're standing before the gateway to the modern world's nightlife that represents everything your community warned you about. Your name is Samuel, and you left your village during Rumspringa to experience the outside world and make informed choices about your future. In Amish culture, Rumspringa is the period when young people can experience the outside world before deciding whether to commit to the faith permanently. But this place feels very different from anything you imagined. It's completely foreign to everything you know about proper behavior and social interaction. Your friends pull you inside with enthusiastic encouragement. Come on, Samuel, don't be scared. This will be educational. When you enter, you're shocked by the sensory assault that hits you immediately, like a physical blow to your sheltered senses. There's incredibly loud music that pounds through your body and seems designed to overwhelm rational thought, a dark atmosphere that feels oppressive and threatening, and flashing lights that hurt your eyes and make concentration impossible. People are dancing in ways you've never seen before in your sheltered existence, drinking alcohol without any apparent restraint or concern for their behavior, and behaving with physical intimacy that makes you deeply uncomfortable and questions everything you were taught about proper conduct between people. Places like this are completely alien to Amish young people who've been raised with different values and expectations about appropriate social behavior and moral conduct. What kind of place is this exactly? You ask your friend with growing concern and confusion. It's a bar, a fun place where people come to relax. This place is super popular with young people, he responds with obvious enthusiasm. You examine your surroundings carefully while trying to process this completely different world that operates by rules you don't understand. You sit down at a table together and a server approaches with professional efficiency. What would you like to drink tonight? She asks with practiced friendliness. Your friends place their orders with familiar ease. And get Samuel a beer too. He needs to try the local specialty. You panic and object immediately. No, I don't drink alcohol. That's against my beliefs. But Samuel, we're in a bar. You have to try it at least once while you're experiencing the outside world, they insist with peer pressure. The server brings beer while your friends continue their persistent encouragement to try new experiences. These kinds of group pressures are extremely difficult for young people who are trying to maintain their values while exploring. Just one sip, your friend urges with seemingly innocent logic. It won't hurt you to try it once. You hesitate deeply while part of you wonders if experimentation isn't exactly what Rumspringa is supposed to be about. Finally, you take a very small sip to satisfy their curiosity and stop their persistent pressure. The taste is absolutely terrible, bitter and alcoholic in a way that offends your palate. You don't like it at all. This is awful, you declare with honest disgust. The wine we make at home tastes completely different. You make wine at home? Your friend asks with obvious surprise about this revelation. Yes, but it's natural and made from our own grapes. This tastes like it's full of chemicals, you explain. That's still alcohol, Samuel, he responds without understanding the distinction you're trying to make. But we produce it ourselves using traditional methods. This is factory-made commercial product. It must be sinful, you reason. Your friends start laughing at your logic. Sinful? It's just beer that everyone drinks. People's value systems can be dramatically different when they come from different cultural backgrounds. You refuse to drink more of the beer. I don't want it. This feels wrong to my conscience. Why does it feel wrong? Your friends ask with persistent curiosity about your reasoning. It's not natural. Artificial things have been added to it. Our wine is made purely from grapes, you try to explain. This is natural too, Samuel. It's made from grain and hops, they argue back. But you're not convinced by their arguments. That strange artificial taste continues to bother you. The music gets even louder and people start dancing with more intensity and physical contact. They're dancing very close together in ways that shock your sheltered sensibilities. You stare in amazement. What kind of dancing is this supposed to be? You ask with genuine bewilderment. Normal dancing. Haven't you ever danced before in your life? And they ask with obvious surprise. I have danced, but very differently. We dance in groups with proper spacing and respect. Your friend tries to grab your hand and pull you toward the dance floor. Come dance with us. You resist their pressure. No, this is too intimate and inappropriate. Oh, Samuel, this is perfectly normal behavior, they say while mocking your traditional values. But you feel deeply uncomfortable with this style of dancing that violates everything you were taught about proper interaction. These kinds of cultural shocks are very common among Amish youth who venture into the outside world. At that moment, a young woman approaches your table with obvious interest and confidence that intimidates you. Hello, handsome. Would you like to dance with me? She asks with forward confidence that completely overwhelms your sheltered sensibilities. You're completely shocked by this direct approach from a stranger who doesn't understand your cultural background. I don't know how to respond to this. Your friends encourage you enthusiastically while enjoying your obvious discomfort. Go ahead, Samuel. She's a pretty girl who obviously likes you. The woman moves closer and takes your hand without asking for permission first. You're very shy and innocent. That's really cute and refreshing. You pull back defensively while trying to maintain proper distance. I'm sorry. I come from a very different place with completely different customs and expectations. Where are you from exactly? She asks with curious interest about your mysterious background and obvious discomfort. From a farming village. A very remote farming community far from here, you answer while trying to maintain some privacy about your identity. The woman laughs with obvious amusement. Are you a country boy? How adorable and innocent. You feel even more uncomfortable with this patronizing attention that makes you feel like a curiosity. Bold the woman tries to get even closer while you attempt to back away from her unwanted advances. This kind of physical intimacy is completely inappropriate in Amish culture and makes you extremely anxious. Can I leave now? You ask your friends with desperation in your voice. Samuel, we just got here. The night is young. They respond without understanding your distress. But this place isn't right for me and my values, you explain with growing conviction. Just relax and get used to it. It's a fun place once you adjust. They dismiss your concerns. Your head starts aching from the pounding music that assaults your ears without mercy. The cigarette smoke also burns your eyes and makes breathing difficult. Why is there smoke everywhere in here? You ask with innocent confusion. People are smoking cigarettes. Yes, it's perfectly normal. They answer as if this should be obvious. Isn't smoking also forbidden because it harms the body? You ask with genuine amazement. Your friends laugh again at your naivety. Samuel, you're way too innocent for the real world. These comments start to hurt your feelings and make you feel foolish for having different values. When people don't understand different lifestyles, it often leads to hurtful mockery and dismissal. The woman is still standing beside you persistently. You're so different from other guys. I find that really attractive. You don't know how to respond to this kind of attention that makes you deeply uncomfortable. I'm going to be married soon. I have a fiancé back home. You lie desperately to escape her attention. Well, she's not here right now. The woman responds with logic that shocks you completely. This answer amazes you beyond belief. How could anyone think that way about commitment and faithfulness? But she's important to me, and I would never betray her trust. You respond with moral conviction. You're so traditional and old-fashioned. You should learn to relax and live a little, she insists. You feel even more tense and uncomfortable with her persistent pressure to abandon your values. The music suddenly gets much louder and the crowd becomes denser with more people arriving. People are making movements that seem completely inappropriate to your sheltered perspective. Is this also supposed to be dancing, Babo? You ask with shock and disbelief. Yes! This is modern dancing that everyone does, they respond with enthusiasm. You find these movements completely inappropriate and contrary to everything you believe about proper behavior. In your village, such behavior would be absolutely forbidden and considered immoral. These kinds of behaviors directly conflict with Amish values about modesty and proper conduct between people. A fight breaks out on the other side of the bar with people shouting and pushing each other aggressively. You're terrified by this violence. What's happening over there? Why are they fighting? Just a normal fight. It happens sometimes in places like this. They answer as if violence is expected. Normal? Why are people fighting each other, you ask with complete bewilderment. Because of alcohol. It makes some people aggressive, they explain matter-of-factly. This explanation makes you even more anxious about the environment you've entered. So alcohol actually makes people behave badly and violently. You realize you made the right decision to refuse it. Security guards break up the fight with professional efficiency, but the atmosphere remains tense and threatening. You turn to your friends with determination. I want to leave this place right now. It's still early, Samuel. The night has just begun and there's much more to see, they protest. But I'm tired and this place makes me uncomfortable, you explain with honest feelings. Stay a little longer and you'll get used to it. Everyone does eventually, they insist. You persist with your request. No, this place doesn't match my values or beliefs. Your friends try to convince you to stay longer and give it more time. But you're determined to leave. This place conflicts with everything you believe about proper behavior and moral living. People's instincts about what's right and wrong usually guide them correctly when they listen carefully. Finally, your friends accept your decision with reluctant understanding. Okay, Samuel, we'll take you outside if you're really determined to leave. You feel relieved that they're finally respecting your choice and values. When you step outside, the fresh air immediately makes you feel better and more like yourself. The noise level decreases dramatically, and your headache starts to subside in the peaceful environment. That was a very strange experience that I won't forget, you comment while processing what just happened. Your friend asks with genuine curiosity, Didn't you have any fun at all in there? No, I felt very uncomfortable the entire time, you answer with complete honesty. Why did you feel that way? They ask with confusion about your reaction. Everything felt artificial and fake. People were behaving in very strange ways, you explain. They were behaving normally, Samuel. That's how people act in the modern world, they respond. Maybe it's normal for them and their culture, but it's not normal for me and my values, you clarify. This conversation makes you think deeply about different ways of living and different value systems. You realize that different worlds operate by completely different rules and expectations about proper behavior. These kinds of experiences help people mature and understand the complexity of human society. Your friends drop you off at your hotel while you reflect on this challenging experience. We'll see you tomorrow, Samuel. Maybe we can try something different, they say optimistically. You wave goodbye while feeling grateful to escape that environment that challenged your core beliefs. You finally escaped from the bar experience, but you have no idea about the chaos you'll experience on an airplane tomorrow that will challenge you in completely different ways.